Whoa!
Hello.
Live. Good morning.
Hello. Macy, it's 1 p.m.
Oh, good morning.
It does feel like that kind of day.
It really
For
does.
sure.
You
For
guys,
sure.
happy Saturday. It is day number 2. Technically should have been, day number 3, I guess. But it's really only day number 2.
Day 2, drop 3.
Day 2, drop 3 of the Seeing Stars common packs. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday morning so far with a nice little breakfast, some coffee that I have plowed through.
Look at that big Dunkin'. As someone from Boston, I have not had nearly enough Dunkin' since I moved to New York. I feel like that was one of my jobs as, a Massachusetts gal, was to up the Dunkin' sales in New York. But I have so far failed that task. So good reminder.
I'm actually pretty proud of myself. Not that this is something to be proud of, but I used to just exclusively be a Starbucks person. And I think at the beginning of the pandemic, when only Dunkin' was open, I became a loyal Dunkin' fan. So shout out Dunkin' Donuts.
Shout out Dunkin' Donuts.
But whatever coffee you're drinking this morning, if you made your own coffee, if you ordered coffee, hope you're having a wonderful Saturday afternoon now. It does still feel like the morning. For some of you in different time zones, it might still be morning. So good morning to you.
Yeah.
And we hope, if you haven't gotten a pack already, we hope that you're waiting in line right now and on your way to getting a pack.
Yeah. Yeah. They have a lot of packs to give out, and it still feels like there's going to be so many people that don't get one, and that it's tough.
Yeah, I know.
Tough.
Everybody check on your friends today and make sure they're doing okay. But you would think that everybody would be able to get one, and then you remember how many people are on the site now. It's crazy.
I know, it's wild, and it this is more packs than they've ever given out. I guess the pre-order is probably the most, but that they're trying to figure out ways to get everyone a pack because they know that's important to make, these new users feel part of the community, and users who weren't there right at the jump building their collections too, because there are a lot of things that they kind of price you out in the marketplace. Although it does seem like that's sort of correcting already. And I know there's a handful of moments on there today that you can get for like $10, which is nice. So feels like it's fixing, but yeah, I'm excited for all the new packs and to see what it does to the marketplace and to value of certain players. It's going to be pretty cool.
Well, speaking of the marketplace, we're already seeing some of the items from the common packs go up on the marketplace. Specifically, people are already trying to sell their Seeing Stars moment, likely to try to complete the challenge that's accompanying it as well. Is that correct? We think people are trying to get that challenge in?
Yeah, that's a good guess. Let me see if I can get in here. I'm in Mike's setup, so it takes me a while to sign out, log in. Sometimes it doesn't let me go to mine, and I don't want to automatically logging him in. We'll try this a different way. Might take me a little bit, but yeah, those challenges, and I'm not super familiar with what we're working with here for this challenge, but they're definitely, there is one. Do we know the details of that at this point?
Well, I see already up on the TopShot website, it's already displaying the Rising Star Rare Pack on the pack page, and it's doing a countdown for that. And it is showing the Rising Stars pack as a set. So let's go ahead and actually just see if it's a challenge already.
I do know, I think they released some info today that Rising Star is going to have one Rising Star, one Shooting Star. Oh, I keep saying Shooting Star. One Rising Star, one Seeing Star, and then I think 5 base set moments.
So we do have a challenge that's up already. So I'm going to go ahead and share with everybody what this challenge is. It is a Seeing Stars challenge.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and pull this up here. So we've got a Seeing Stars challenge. It just went up, I think, a couple hours ago, probably this morning. And it's you have to collect 12 moments to get a Kevin Durant Seeing Stars moment is the grand prize that you get when you collect all these moments. So it looks like they have up, wow, just a few of the Seeing Stars moments that were available. I already know that I don't see the Jokic that I got as part of this challenge. But you'll see here, I'll list them off. There's 12 moments you need to collect. We've got James Harden, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Zach LaVine, Kawhi, Zion, obviously, Julius Randle, Joel Embiid, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, and Bradley Beal. So 12 moments that you need to collect to get the KD reward. And it looks like that went up this morning. So
I feel like I saw a tweet of somebody already completing it. And I was like, I don't know what this
No
is. I gotta
way.
figure it out. Yeah. I forget where I saw it. I'll have to go try to find it. But yeah, cool. A KD.
yeah, a nice
moment.
little KD Seeing Stars moment available for you to get when you complete the challenge. Now, I did see this morning on the TopShot Twitter account, or maybe it was on the First Mint, but they did detail how much money right now it would take for you to collect all of these moments to then complete the challenge. And
Wow.
this morning when they tweeted that, it was around $2,500 total to complete the challenge. So
Wow.
not too bad compared to the other two challenges that are up right now. I would say not too much to collect 12 cards. Most of who are pretty good players, all-stars.
Yeah, that's true. This collection, I mean, to have all these players long term is going to be great. And to get that KD, I mean, that feels like it's going to be worth more than that pretty quickly.
Good.
So
let's see what this moment is here, just to see if it's worth it. Oh, a nice little dunk.
TopShot takes tuning in. It said, rumor is a second Seeing Stars challenge for the LeBron would be.
Oh
man, KD. Oh, that makes sense. That KD and LeBron would be the two. They got to do it. If that rumor feels very true, given they're both captains. Yeah, and it's all-star pack, so that would make a lot of sense.
So,
and yeah, the events tab shows all the active challenges. That's right. I forgot that this one was up today. But good question from these guys. Are you flipping those or holding?
Oh man, I think we're team hold. We're team hold. I was tempted to sell my Jokic card right at the beginning.
That one's the highest valued Seeing Stars right now, right?
I think it's one of them. I mean, the Giannis card is still pretty expensive, I would say.
Okay, I'm gonna go look here.
Let's see what the most expensive one is. I think I'm team hold for now, but here's the problem. If after this challenge, everybody's sick of the all-star Seeing Stars moments, am I actually going to be able to flip at all? Because I have a little bit of FOMO from not selling my John Wall Cool Cat, from not selling my gift moment. So I'm almost leaning towards selling just because in those other instances, the value of the cards have gone down significantly. So perhaps waiting until peak challenge time might be a good idea. I could probably see my card, if it's not in this first challenge, maybe it will be part of the, like you said, the LeBron reward challenge of the Seeing Stars pack. So
yeah. So this is what we're looking at for the prices for these right now. I do wonder how these change when the third round of people get their packs today. I wonder if these go down just because there's more people, or if this kind of feels consistent. Because there's like 600 listings for all of these. It does really feel like a lot of people are trying to flip. So it'll be interesting. So I put these in order. So yeah, the Luka's $615. Yeah. The Luka is the most expensive.
Luka, Steph, and Zion, and Giannis.
Yeah, right in that same. But this jump, $615 compared to like $100 down here, is interesting. But
where is my Jokic card at?
Your Jokic is down here. at 218.
Oh, okay. All right. Solid.
Which would pay for the rare pack. So if that's your thought, if you have one of these in this $200 range, an AD, a Kyrie, even this Tatum's, these, the Dame and the Tatum are really close. If you want some money in your Dapper balance for the rare pack drop tomorrow, that might be a good move to flip. But they're all all-stars. That's literally the pack. And so they're all-stars. This is the first round of all-star cards on the platform. So I think that if you're someone, again, who thinks this is going to be long-term, those could have value. These are the first all-star moments. All of these players are potential Hall of Famers. So, if you think that has value, I think you hold on to them. If you would not be comfortable selling it, because there's 7, right? Like this has almost 800 listings for this Luka.
Yeah.
If you are not comfortable selling it for this 615, you could throw it up there and price it where you'd be happy to sell it. But I think if you would regret selling it at the price you would have to list it for, just hold on to it.
Well, I think especially if the rumor is that there's a second Seeing Stars challenge that's going to pop up in the next day or so, I think I'm team hold, especially since I didn't see my Seeing Stars card on that first challenge. I think if they are going to make another one, he'll be on there. He'll be on there for sure. And when people are trying to get that LeBron reward, I think the value for that card will go up a lot more, especially if people are trying to complete that specific challenge. They might skip out on a KD moment if they know that they can wait for another challenge and get a LeBron instead, because from what we've learned, LeBron he's the top dog on the market. He is the guy to get if you can.
Well, and I would think, I want to see. So our Seeing Stars challenge here. So I would think the other half of the All-Stars is the next challenge. That's got to be what they're doing.
So that rumor makes sense. It must.
Yeah.
It
it like perfectly lines up that you have a mix of people. It looks like these, although maybe not. I was trying to figure out if if it went along with when they were picked by each of them, but it feels like they just picked. It's probably works out 6 and 6, right? Harden, Kyrie, Tatum's on.
Jokic isn't on there, and Luka's not on there, right?
Where's Tatum?
He's towards the bottom.
Well, half of the All-Stars aren't on here. So the other half of the All-Stars will be the next challenge.
That would make sense then. That would make sense.
I was just trying to see if it was 6. I think it works out to be 6 and 6 from each Team LeBron, Team KD. So yeah, it's going to be the other. I think we have a couple more All-Stars listed just with some injuries. 29.
So I think in that instance, you are team hold, especially if your Seeing Stars moment isn't on this first half of the challenge and supposedly another challenge is coming out. I would say hold until that next challenge comes out, because when people are trying to snag a LeBron as a reward, the value of the cards that are in the challenge are going to go up because more people are going to want to get that reward. You can price them a little higher. I would feel comfortable selling my Jokic card probably at around 600. So that would be my goal sell point is wait a little longer. Once it reaches that 600 mark, maybe flip it, have some Dapper balance, make up for some of the purchases I've made in the past, perhaps. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see, what these cards are going for once that second challenge, if it does drop, once that second challenge drops.
I feel very confident saying there's going to be a second Seeing Stars challenge. The prize is the LeBron, and that it's going to be the rest of the All-Stars. I feel very comfortable saying that at this point, just given the way this is laid out and the numbers and all of that. I definitely see that happening. I do wonder though, because it's All-Star weekend, it feels like you have to roll that out soon.
Yeah.
Unless they're making it just go longer. But for these, so this looks like it's lasting another, like the rest of the month. So I don't know, maybe they roll it out shortly, but I wonder, like, if that one pops up, there's probably a small group of people who will try to complete both challenges, but I feel like you probably pick a lane on one of those. And so if people aren't going for the KD and they think there is LeBron coming, maybe they're waiting for that one to be rolled out. But I wonder if that, I don't know, where they're separate challenges, maybe not, but it's could kind of oversaturate the market there. So it is interesting. Like, do you sell it now? Well, I guess the marketplace is down anyway now for the pack drop. So
here's what I will say. I think if you have a Seeing Stars moment that's part of this KD challenge, I think right now is the highest amount of money you're going to get for that card, because as soon as a LeBron challenge comes, I'm pretty confident in saying that the lane people are going to pick is LeBron, because overall he's the highest valued player across TopShot marketplace. So I'm pretty sure that's the lane people are going to end up picking. And that means once people jump ship from that KD challenge, unless some of those other Seeing Stars moments transfer over to LeBron, which they won't, you're going to see people jumping ship and then investing more money in those all-star Seeing Stars moments to complete LeBron. So, for example, I know people have their cards up on the marketplace already, and I think like Giannis is part of the KD challenge right now for Seeing Stars. I wouldn't buy those cards yet. I would wait until that other challenge drops and then maybe get those other ones cheaper. And if you wanted to complete both challenges, then you'll be able to, because those other cards might be a little cheaper.
Yeah, I wonder, it'll be interesting too to compare how much people think the challenge prices, like the estimates for total cost to complete the challenge, because I think that's going to sway some people too. But it's looking like, I have a spreadsheet up for later. But I'm marking off who's in this challenge, and it's looking like they're all KD's team, I think, which would make sense that the players from KD's team, you get the KD award, which means that the next challenge is going to be Giannis, Steph, Luka. Sorry for LeBron. Although you said no. Yeah, yours isn't here. Yeah, these are all KD's team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I'm missing 2 of them. These are all KD's team. So we can expect they're going to be from LeBron's team, which is, when I saw those team comes out, did you look at the team breakdowns? Let me see if there's a graphic. When I saw those teams come out, I was like, LeBron's team is stacked.
Pretty wild.
What is happening? Like, how did KD pick this? And they're all all-stars. They're all great. But I just, especially when you're thinking about the TopShot perspective, like LeBron's team is LeBron, Giannis, Curry, Luka, Jokic. Like these people, Dame, CP3, like these people are going to, their cards, I think, are going to be worth more. And so I think the LeBron challenge, to your point, is going to be more expensive because you're getting LeBron. But I also think the individual cards in that pack are worth more. So
I wonder if the values will change depending on who wins the All-Star game. Because what if somehow KD's team pops off in the All-Star game?
I think that's the only situation where
could make it more interesting.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they change just based on, just because like the players are those players, and you're not really, like, the All-Star game is an isolated game. They're all playing together. It's sort of a different scenario. But I do think, so these are the teams here. Just pull up an image we pulled. So Team Durant, you can see, I don't know if I can share multiple screens, but I'll just pull mine up to the side. So it's Team Durant that's in the challenge. It's Harden, it's Kyrie, it's Tatum, Zach LaVine, Kawhi, Zion, Julius Randle, Nikola Vucevic. I gotta figure out how to say that. Vucevic, Joel Embiid, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, and Bradley Beal. So those are all Team Durant, and Durant's the reward for the challenge. So you can anticipate 12 of the players from Team LeBron will be in the challenge.
And now Mike Conley.
Yeah, I don't know.
Devin Booker.
So
what's the deal with that? Because if you guys tuned in yesterday, I opened up my pack and I got not one, but I got 2 Mike Conley moments plus my Jokic moment. So, TopShot, what are you guys doing? Because I'm waiting for you guys to make Mike Conley an all-star. Because once
They've
you
already
do,
they've already
I've got
minted
a
those
really good
cards,
pack.
though. They're not gonna. They've already minted the cards. They can't put the stars, the All Stars thing on it.
So
Yeah,
sad,
it's gonna be Booker. Yeah, Booker's card's already the one with the seeing stars, so it's gonna be Booker in the challenge.
I hate that because he's not playing.
Yeah, but he's good.
He was picked.
He's
I
an
get
all-star.
it, but he's not playing. He's not playing.
I wonder if they add a badge or something, and if Conley gets the badge. Like, I do feel like they should account for that happening.
They definitely should. He's subbing in at the very least. He, I understand. They already minted the moments, and maybe they shouldn't have. Maybe next time they wait until All-Star Day to make sure that nobody gets hurt right before the All-Star game before they mint all these moments. So, what if LeBron got hurt? That's embarrassing.
But people, in terms of marketplace perspective, people want LeBron's card. If LeBron gets hurt, they're still like, but LeBron's an all-star.
LeBron's a bad example, but
any of that, I think that that works for anyone. I think there are a lot of people who are like, no, I'd rather the Devin Booker card. Like, great, Mike Conley, thanks, but I want the Devin Booker card. But they didn't. So like, AD's not in this challenge right now, and AD's not playing. So they did, it looks like, take injuries into account. And then Durant, because he was the captain, kind of doesn't fall within that. But like, the AD card's not in it. So it's the 12 the 12 people playing are the 12 for the challenge. Although, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This only has 11. So they're going to make Team LeBron 12. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe they do add that one in.
I say why not? Why not add, they already minted them, so they can't. I don't even think they'll add a badge to it. I'm pissed that they don't, for my own selfish reasons. I got 2 of those cards in my pack. And now he's an all-star. I think
that alone is going to increase the value of that. I do, for your sake, wish that they had some sort of indicator for that, but I think that'll help. That can only help his value as being announced an all-star. Right. But
especially if he ends up playing and then has somewhat of a good run. I mean, right now his card that I pulled is only worth about $10 on the marketplace. It's not worth a lot compared to a Devin Booker Seeing Stars card. But would that change if Mike Conley had a Seeing Stars label on his card just slapped on there? I mean, technically he's in it. So I think that's my one disappointment from the drop is maybe prematurely minted these cards. Maybe wait just an extra day before you finalize, who's minted and who's not. And this is a perfect example. I can't remember when was the last time this happened. That would be a good question to ask maybe somebody on TopShot Takes, because
when someone got hurt so there is no last time this happened specifically in the NBA TopShot. This is the first TopShot All-Star game, so it's happening. It's right now. But you mean like last minute injuries?
I mean in general, game? Like day before the All-Star game, 2 days before the All-Star game, who got hurt? Did somebody die? Like not die?
I don't think it. I mean, because now we're associating these things with value for us specifically, like I don't know if it mattered as much. No, because the All-Star game, like the players barely even want to play this All-Star game. They're like, why are we doing this? So I don't know if it was as big of a deal to people, but I do wonder if people are going to be watching more closely for some of that stuff and anticipating, those things a little bit more.
Because you could, All-Star Weekend, that lineup of events, you have the game and the dunk contest and the 3-point shootout and other stuff. So I'm trying to think if there has been a serious injury that weekend that prevented anybody from playing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to say Kobe got hurt.
I'm not sure.
At some point. I mean, you're asking the wrong person, but it's a good question. I think moving forward, though, this is something to think about when minting cards and putting things out into the marketplace. Maybe just wait one extra day to do that, because now Mama's sitting on 2 Mike Conley cards.
The only people that really care about this, I think, are people with Mike Conley cards, and probably people with multiple, which I think might just be you.
Yeah, listen, if anybody out there got 2 of the Mike Conley moments in the same pack, let me know. I think we're estranged family members. Yeah. Maybe we're soul sisters.
Top Shot, reconnecting families by randomized pack drops.
Yeah, fuck
we love to see it. Ancestry.com. We need Top Shot similarities. This actually is a great reminder. Your star charts may have aligned with whoever has the Mike Conley pack, which brings us to the inspiration for today. The seeing stars, rising stars, the whole deal. We're inspired by the stars, and I don't know how to read a star chart, but we are. Here we go. I'm going to remove us for just. we are looking at some astrology stuff today, and I pulled up a spreadsheet. I did a tiny bit of research on zodiac signs. I know a little bit about some of them. Hopefully Macy knows a little bit about some of them too, but there's just some interesting stuff that you start to see when I tried to align it. I don't know if you noticed, I was trying to make this as we started. I was like, I need something. Yeah, it says seeing star charts on the back, but I made a spreadsheet. This is the first Watch Me Work Pod spreadsheet. Definitely not the last, given my entire personality. I wanted to make, I think know my birthday though, but I wanted to make you guess my zodiac sign based on my spreadsheet here. Zodiac time. But look at this. Okay, so, and this also helps us. This is what I was going to when I was looking at that challenge, because I don't know the all-star teams off the top of my head yet. But you can see here, so these are our guys who are in the challenge right now, and that's how I figured out they were all from Team KD, which of course I should have seen that sooner. It makes perfect sense that KD's team would be in the KD challenge. So then we have LeBron's team. But so my color coding system here is based on the different types of signs. And then I did the lightest color is the first, like it shows up first in the zodiac calendar. And then the darkest color is like the third. It goes like first, second, third of the 3 in that sign. So a lot of water signs in the All-Star game.
First things first, Kelsey, what is your sign?
I am an Aries. I am with Kyrie. We are Aries. We are the first sign of the zodiac. I don't necessarily feel like Kyrie and I are kindred spirits, but that probably warrants more reflection on my part of my personality and how it relates to my zodiac. My mom won't tell me what time I was born, so I haven't been able to figure out
probably
my risings and my suns and my moons. And any astrology experts out there, we would love to have you on today, tomorrow, like any day. Like this to me is so interesting. So I'd love to have someone look at this from a more knowledgeable astrology perspective. But these are just kind of my original take, like my first sort of takes after making the spreadsheet. But I think this is super interesting, right? That there's one fire sign on Team LeBron. There's only 2 on Team KD.
Team Sag.
Yeah, we got like
Team Sag, babe. Giannis.
Yeah. Not a single air sign. The orange here is air. Not a single air sign on Team LeBron. Like LeBron definitely gravitates toward earth and water, right?
Yeah, Capricorn. He does have Capricorn vibes. He's very serious.
See, so Macy knows some of these. My zodiac notes consist.
I only know Sagittarius and Capricorn because I was born on the cusp of the 2 signs. So I kind of relate to both of them. I lean more Sag though. Sag would never sit down and make this spreadsheet, or they'd work on it for 5 minutes and then they'd get distracted and then go and work on a completely other project. Chime in the comments if you think that's an accurate description of a Sagittarius.
Yeah, no, we need to know. We need to know if we're accurate here. So I did the general overview of the different signs here because I think that's kind of the interesting takeaway. So these are, you'll see, like this is the first, this is the second, and it goes and then it kind of comes back through. Actually, maybe it's not quite that clean. I forget. But anyway, So the fire signs: passionate, bold, charismatic, creative, charming, confident. The first line are sort of the more positive adjectives that you could assign to each of the signs. And the second one is kind of the ways those same qualities can become negative, right?
Mm.
So often need to be the center of attention, aggressive, selfish, vain, impulsive, and quick-tempered. Earth signs: grounded, loyal; bad, stubborn, inflexible; air signs: intellectual, fickle, whatever. You can read them.
Wait. While we're on fire signs and Sag, we've got started to comment, but got distracted. Team Sag.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sag all the way.
Mike and me both are fire signs.
Yep. But Aries got the spreadsheet, the focus. You guys are a lot more organized.
I like to think so. I also think it's like I was reading a little bit and I was like, what part of me is the spreadsheet stuff? Type A for Aries, maybe, but
maybe it's just
I think I just get excited about spreadsheet. Like this is
this is fun. Okay, I don't think anybody else on the internet is doing this right now.
No, and I really, Macy, I think if you're listening and you know astrology really well, we would love
come on the show.
Star correspondent. You'll be our star correspondent. Yeah. We will give you like what happened in a game, and you can talk to us about why that might be true based on their signs. Like I was looking at, so Kyrie and Joel Embiid, I feel like are two go-to. With Katie not playing, maybe Harden too, I should take a look at. But this Aries Pisces energy, I was so curious about, because I was like, I want someone to tell me what that's gonna look like, what they think that could look like in game. And I read like relationship predictions for these two, and it says they can work really well together if they're, focused on that common goal, which I don't know if that's the case for an all-star game. So that could be pretty interesting.
You know what? There's a lot of Pisces on this chart, and Pisces are emotional.
Well, all the water signs are known as being
Pisces
sensitive.
Especially Pisces and Cancer are extremely emotional. Scorpio too, yeah. But the Pisces I know are pretty emotional. So this is good. Who, Steph?
Doesn't feel true of these guys.
Yeah.
Like, Jokic, his only emotion to me is like chill and happy. Like he feels like a dad playing pickup with all the kids. Yeah. Like Jokic truly does just seem like he's chilling, and then you realize he's put up like all of the points. And you're like, when did that happen? He's just it looks so easy, and it's just what? But doesn't seem to show very much emotion on the basketball court. Even Luka seems pretty happy, chill, having fun all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of like players that show emotion, I mean, I guess Dame fits into that a little bit more. He gets into it. We love watching Dame.
Yeah.
But
Are there any Leos? No Leos on this chart.
No Leos on the All-Star team.
Wow.
Leo when's that birthday?
Wow.
Leos are another Aries, July to August. Yeah, I think there's a couple who are close. Like Harden's just past that Leo.
Harden's close. Yeah, he's close.
Harden's close.
It's weird to see.
Like it makes sense he's close.
The birth years, who's close to
so that's the other part of it. When I first wrote these out as the like numbers, month, day, year. And getting to Zion and writing
Zion
0 in a birthday, a 7600 felt wild to me. It's like I don't think I've ever thought of the year 2000 birth year in number context.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I almost put a column for age.
Oh, and that hurts me.
I decided we didn't need to see that.
No, nobody needs to see that.
Nobody needs to see that. It is funny though when I look at this list and I think about the players who I would say are older players in the league, and then realizing most of them are still, there's only a handful that are older than me.
Yeah.
And that's always kind of funny. Like Rudy Gobert should not be younger than I am. That feels wrong.
Yet here we are.
That feels wrong. But yeah, here we are. So
wow.
I listen, really, if you're watching, please we'll send you the link. Come on and make more sense of this for us. But I think
there's something there.
I gotta fix this.
Especially just the team dynamics overall. Has anybody really done an astrological analysis of team dynamics? I think that would be interesting to go team by team. Lakers, are they a super team just because they're all big beefy boys, or is there something in the stars that makes them all work?
So like these three, right?
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's like isolating those three
Oh
guys.
my gosh, look, fire, air, and earth. They
Who's their
balance
water?
each other.
I'm like, I wish I knew the Nets roster a little bit better to figure out who their water sign is. That really evens it out. The NBA might need to move from big
What's
threes
Steve Nash?
to big fours. Oh, wait.
Is Steve Nash a water sign?
Steve Nash birthday. Oh my God, I hope so. February 7th.
Oh, he's a Pisces, I bet.
February
No.
February 7th is, it's not a water.
Aquarius.
All right. Nope.
Dang.
So close, Macy. Good call. But then like, so LeBron in AD, we have an earth and a water.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, this will be, because I'm interested in this, you'll probably see another piece of the spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, we're definitely
the stars from each team. We're definitely going through it. So like
we're coming back to this for sure.
Brown and Tatum are both water signs. That feels, what's Kemba's birthday? Oh, that doesn't help.
This is so good.
Kemba's birthday is May 8th, 1990. So what's that make him? May 8th is a Taurus, so he's an Earth. So two waters and an Earth, but still more waters and Earth. Like where, I'm surprised Giannis is a Sagittarius. I think
I am too.
This whole team feels pretty like, yeah. Giannis as a Sagittarius feels like it doesn't line up. But again, I don't know.
That doesn't feel right.
No, and December 6th, that's like right in there. That's like the middle of the range there.
But I kind of get that. There were many times.
Yeah, he's very charismatic.
Where I did not identify with Sagittarius at all. I was the complete opposite. I was more Capricorn. So very stoic, very serious, practical. I would even say shy at times, but now I would say I lean a lot more towards Sagittarius. So I kind of get that. I wonder if people in the NBA are in tune with their zodiac.
I bet Kyrie is.
Right?
I listen, Kyrie, if you're listening, get on here and talk to us about it and like what your Aries energy means. Kyrie with the Sage, he definitely has some insight that would really benefit.
All I gotta say is if I see Josh Hart, Tyrese Halliburton, if you're out there and you start doing zodiac shit on your streams, I'm gonna be really suspicious. I'm going to be really, really suspicious if you guys start doing anything like that.
This fits well with today because seeing stars, rising stars, we're all about stars here. So we looked to the stars today to get some insight on the game. And may do this again because this feels like some next level analysis. I think the next phase of this, another phase of this, is seeing how the marketplace responds because
definitely
that would be very fun.
Definitely. You know what? Maybe they should include more detailed stats on each player. I think it would be notable to have people's zodiac, and I also think you'd pull in a lot more people. Especially, people on TikTok. There's a whole genre of TikTok that's zodiac and witch talk and sage and spices and that kind of stuff.
Follow for some insight for next time.
Yeah, we'll have to get a correspondent on here. So, like we said, if you're out there, you're into zodiac, you're into birth chart reading, I
want some birth charts. Yeah, I want someone to tell me. This part stands out to me, appreciates the finer things. When I read this for the earth signs, I was like, I need to know all of the NBA players that are known for their wine or have, because I saw there were tweets, I forget when it was, but there were a couple of players going back and forth about these fine wines. I think LeBron may have been one of them. I know CJ McCollum has his own wine brand. Like I want to know, maybe I'll check CJ, see if he's an earth sign. But that would be funny to me too, of like players when this September 19th. So September, he's right there.
Oh wow.
He's a Virgo earth sign, appreciating the finer things. CJ, that all adds up.
Wow.
CJ and his wine.
Yeah, see, there we go.
These things. Coincidence? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Feels legit.
So. I want to get into WNBA zodiacs at some point too.
Yeah,
that's why it's important to start talking about it now because
that's next.
We are onto this.
I'm loving it. I think it's a level of game analysis that deserves to be in the conversation that isn't yet, and that could really give us some insight into what we're looking at for matchups, right? How those personalities go together. If we can expect some tension from the two teams based on the type of signs they are. The coaches, how excitable are the coaches going to be? What signs are they?
Yes.
Their coaching style. How does their coaching style match up with when they were born? It's pretty intense. But yeah, we need someone to read some star charts.
I agree, because I listen to analysis all the time, and bless everybody on TV who's breaking down specifics of NBA, like shot form and like that kind of stuff. That language does not speak to me.
Yeah.
Start talking to me about emotions and personalities and temperament.
There's dialogue about temperament. Like they talked about James Harden temperament the entire time he was looking to be traded.
Yeah. They only talk about it when it's negative, though.
And he's an earth sign. They
only talk about people's temperament when they, throw a fit on the court, which is, I think it's good to have a deeper background on somebody's personality chart, because you know how much it takes to push them there. And then you can kind of start to do a deeper analysis on what that team dynamic is like. Okay, if this person is a less emotional sign, it might have taken a lot of different things to get them to that breaking point.
I'm looking up now, Blake Griffin, the rumors of going to the Nets, and he's March 16th is his birthday. He is
Pisces.
No, March 16th. Where is it? Oh, I mistyped here. March 20th. So he's a Pisces.
Okay, so Pisces
is their water sign.
Yep.
Wait a minute. That he's going to the Nets. Heard it here first.
That's the water they need.
So here we go. Add to stream. Blake Griffin, Nets.
There we go.
March. What do we got? March 16th, 1989.
Good move. That's going to be any of our trade analysis. We're just going to look at the recruit's zodiac sign and let everybody know if that makes sense.
Pisces. Yeah.
Stevie agrees. Stevie thinks Griffin.
Listen, this feels we're on to something, Macy. If this happens and and they win a championship this year, this is the future of sports analysis started here.
Yeah.
There is something to this. Yeah, wow. That's a fun discovery. I'm glad that worked out. Did.
What an incredible analysis.
Yeah, so that's the beginning of our team by team analysis of who should go where. So,
but if you think about it, it does make sense, right? Because we hear so much about, like I said, technique and where somebody trained and blah, 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 blah. Well, maybe there's other factors that pushed them to doing the things they do, And I think zodiac is a good way to kind of analyze those things. Maybe they have some other thing going on in their life, and that's pushing them to acting out on the court. We need to start digging into that psychology.
So it starts with zodiacs, and then it's going to go into, deep dive of Twitter likes. I think Twitter likes. Then we're going to sit in on their therapy sessions. No, I think a deep dive of Twitter likes is a good one. Social media habits. I think that gives you a lot of insight into people. But that's the type of stuff that, I need to be looking at. I'm going to start my WNBA chart soon. But
I miss the day where you could look at somebody's Instagram likes. You could see everything they were liking. Bad for your mental health, but man, do I miss those days.
It was good. The number of people who I raised an eyebrow at with some of the stuff they were liking. I'm like, I don't know.
I know.
We can see this.
Yeah.
I think most of the people on Instagram forgot that was a feature, and there's a handful like us who knew that was what happened.
I was on there all the time.
My Instagram the other day took away the number of people that have liked something.
Yeah.
And I made sure to complain about it out loud, and then within hours it was back. So I was like,
wow.
Did you hear me, or did you not mean to take this away from me? Because I do actively look at who's in people's likes. It's so interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially when you're stalking someone,
Speaking of creeps on the pod.
Speaking of creep
it gets more and more apparent every day.
We're gonna get a creep
about ourselves.
We will get a creep at some point.
We are the creeps. We are talking about how we're in people's Instagram likes.
No, I don't deny that. I am a little creepy at some points. But I was gonna say, when we start having more engagement, and even if on the pod later we have people calling in, which I think would be fun, there's gonna be a creep or two. We know it. It's gonna happen. And I think the best way to address that is to just actually play their phone call. I don't like filtering out creepy phone calls. I actually think it's kind of like the Capitol riots, right? Where you kind of want these people to be identified. So maybe somebody in their life goes, "Oh my God, that's my creepy uncle Jimmy. And he is not supposed to have a phone." And then he gets in trouble. Like, I just think, let the content come out, let the internet do its thing, and maybe not filter some of the creeps so they can be found and be forced to be not creep.
My secondhand embarrassment will not be able to handle those moments, because if we're letting the creeps just letting them out, you're gonna see my face turn visibly red on stream. Yep. And I'm gonna be like, no, make it stop. I couldn't. There are shows as a kid that I didn't like to watch because the premise of a Disney Channel show is to embarrass the main character.
Oh yeah,
sort of resolve it. Like, you kind of resolve it, but I never felt like it was truly resolved. And watching them get embarrassed like that really was hard for me. It's like, why they don't do that and write this better. You don't need to write that. Like, you can tell this same story a different way that's far less insufferable.
You were thinking that deeply when you were watching Disney Channel shows? Because most of the time I was just like derping around, like,
No, like, I was like, why am I actively avoiding Hannah Montana? And I was like, oh, because she gets embarrassed and I don't like it.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I just like wouldn't watch stuff.
Wow. I think I would think that now. My cringe filter is a lot more sensitive now to things like that, especially any comedy I watch where it's like, oh, why are they saying that? But back in the day when Joan Rivers was roasting people about their outfits, I was like, oh, that's funny. But now, even though I love her, I'd probably say, oh man, that's not cool.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. America's Funniest Home Videos for a long time. I still, when that comes on, I'm like, oh, is this okay? And then some, like the funny kid ones, I think are fun. Yeah. But for the majority, like most of the time, America's Funniest Home Videos makes me cringe. Any of those like shows where they embarrass you on purpose, or the shows where they're like, gotcha, and they do something awful to you while you're in a restaurant.
Punk'd,
like, how would you react?
Punk'd is my least favorite show of all time for that reason. I don't think it's funny giving somebody a panic attack. And now that the awareness of mental illness,
thinking about it,
the awareness of mental illness is so much better, and anxiety and panic attacks and depression is so much better, that a show like Punk'd, even Impractical Jokers, I'm kind of surprised that Impractical Jokers is so popular. I mean, it is worldwide.
And that one, because they're putting themselves in those positions. And now, like, the longer that show goes on and the more people recognize them, the less that one makes me cringe. It's still very cringeworthy to me. I can't do it. But because I know I would recognize them if I saw them doing those things. I know that that's what they're doing. And so it helps me separate myself from the embarrassment. And they're not inflicting that on unsuspecting. Well, they are a little bit, right? The people, they're embarrassing themselves. But
when they're in the grocery store, it's like a lady just trying to get her turkey to bring home, and they're knocking over the milk display. I'm like, oh man,
but they're like the star of that embarrassment, and so that, like, the other people serve to prove it's embarrassing. So that flip a little bit helps me, but I still refuse to watch that show.
Do you ever? Maybe it's just me because I'm a little crazy, but do you ever play out scenarios in your head where maybe you see a show like that on set, or you're about to be pranked by a show like that or people like that, and then you play that scenario out in your head and you're like, here's what I would say, or like, I would pretend to be in on the joke? Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I think my thought process goes, how do I get out of that as quickly as possible with as little airtime? My goal is always, how do I make it so they are so bored by my reaction they won't air it? Because there's a step of editing where they decide whose reactions make it. I also don't think I'm trusting that people, although this doesn't seem to be true generally in my everyday life, but that people won't come up to me. People will often ask me for help if they see me like outside. This happens to Mike all the time too. People will ask us for help, like strangers will approach us. And so that makes me nervous. But I think to that same point that like people looking for someone to engage in a way that makes what they're doing funnier probably won't seek me out.
Yeah.
And they're probably not in a place where I'm the only person that could be the reaction. So I think if I see something that seems like it could be that, I'm getting out as fast as I can.
Yeah, I don't like interactions on the street like that for
the idea of
reasons.
One of my fears of New York is that Billy on the street is going to be in my face, and that it is terrifying. And I'm like, I just have to be like, no, thank you, like, please, no, thanks. Like, go away,
ma'am, for $1.
I'll pay you $1 to leave me alone.
Yeah,
just go away. That's if I see him ahead of me, that's going to be my reaction. I'm going to have $1 ready. If I see him out with $1 on an opposite corner and I think he could come near me, I'm going to just have $1 ready to be like, this is for you.
This is for you to leave me alone.
Please go away.
Just don't ask me a question about the Jonas Brothers.
No, that's not true. I'd be hiding. I'd actively hide.
I actually worked on that show as a PA a couple times doing release forms and chasing
if I just don't sign the release form.
Well, you literally have to. That's what the job is. You have to chase people down and make them sign the release form before they can leave, because otherwise you can't use them in that episode. So you got to force them to sign that release form.
This is great information for me because I won't sign it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, especially if you're a main feature, like they can't use you if you don't sign that release.
Yep. So to all of you who find what I said relatable, and when you think about being forced on these shows, don't sign the release form.
No, don't.
When someone like Macy runs after you on the street after your traumatizing moment,
I know,
with someone else, just tell her no.
Favorite jobs of all time.
There must have been some people who were excited about that opportunity, though. You're like, hey, I just need you to sign this so we can put you on TV.
Yeah, I mean, listen, some people are really great salesmen and they thrive in running after people and talking to them and being like, oh, we're doing a show. It was so funny. You were so great. I just, for similar reasons that you explained about things being cringeworthy, I couldn't do it. But luckily it wasn't a team of like 2 PAs, so I wasn't neglecting my job. You would have like 5 to 8 release PAs on a set. And it just kind of depend on all of them to capture everybody who was in the background.
Yeah.
But even some background people just walking by, you have to run after them and get their signature. So.
Oh, well, right. If they're like faces on it in any way.
Yeah.
What zodiac sign do you think is most likely to sign the release form and engage with, say, Billy on the street or with, Impractical Jokers?
Leos. Leos and Sag. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, probably Leos and Sag, I would say.
Both fire signs.
Yeah, because in my experience, Leos and Sag, they're very dynamic on camera, and even if they're uncomfortable, they'll find a way, not even just on camera, but when they're uncomfortable, they'll find a way to make good conversation. That's just kind of how they flow. Leos especially, they're just kind of airy and bright and friendly.
Charismatic. We got all that. Yep.
Yeah. But that would be a good poll to take is, can you sign this? And also, what's your zodiac sign?
Because my thought was it's probably a fire sign, which you know that 2 of the 3. But I'm an Aries, and I am the total opposite of that. And so maybe that has to do more with my suns and moons and whatever else.
And that's why we need an expert.
Listen, and that's why I need to know what time I was born. Mom, I know my dad has found our Twitter account, but Mom, if you're listening, please just
Dad,
tell me my birth time.
Dad,
I don't think my dad knows, but if my dad knows, that would be, Dad, you can text me. Let me know what time I was born. I know it was morning. I'm pretty sure it was morning.
I ask my mom the same thing all the time, and I feel like over the years I've gotten different answers.
Yeah.
Like, but that's just, that's being pregnant. Sometimes
that was-
I don't remember.
My other thought is I don't think that celebrities are going to put the time they were born on the internet. So I don't know how I'm going to find that information, but I want the full star chart. I want someone to read LeBron's star chart.
I think once we start getting really famous, even more famous than we are.
Yeah, we're manifesting that.
Right.
There's going to be someone who can do that. There's going to be someone, even if it goes the other way where we record it and we guess what time he was born based on, although that might be too much information. I feel like that's hard to do.
I think my point was going to be, I think one day we'll be famous enough to actually just slide into the DMs of LeBron and say, hey, we're working, as you know, we're working on our show and we need your birth time too. Because he'll know already what we're working on. Maybe
TopShot will roll it out on their information at the bottom so that we can have that serial number might be valuable. We have birthdays and maybe their birth time becomes something that we get access to.
We need it. And people's birth certificates are not public record. So we're going to just have to find a more creative way.
And figure it out, which will probably be Twitter. At LeBron James. What time were you born? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll just put it out.
Let you know what we find out.
And hope somebody responds.
Yeah, your talent is written in the stars.
Totally. But this was really helpful. I'm glad you made that spreadsheet.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm excited to go through some of these scenarios here where it's like who might they draft or who's already on the team and what does that mean for them? The Celtics having a lot of water signs is something I'm curious about. I'm going to see what Brad Stevens is working with for his zodiac.
It's a whole new way.
It really is. And that, man. And I'm curious to see how this is going to make me watch the game Sunday differently because I'm going to be looking for some Kyrie Aries energy and that Pisces Embiid energy and what that means for them. Yep. And then Harden in there with the earth. Like,
yeah.
It's
going to be so good. It's so funny to me. Like, nobody's going to care about who's a big boy dunker. Everybody's going to be talking about what their sign is.
Yeah, well, maybe the dunks, the show your dunks might be fire signs. I don't know. That might be the next level.
Oh, man.
If their dunks reflect their zodiac, wait a minute. I think Michael Jordan might be an air sign.
How could we forget Michael Jordan?
That feels like a person whose birthday.
How can you go an hour on a basketball?
February 17th.
Pisces.
February 17th. You're very good at this. I think Aquarius. But on the cusp.
Oh, Aquarius.
Which is an air sign. Air Jordan
is always Pisces. I hear February, March, I go Pisces.
But I can't do that yet. You have way more knowledge of this than I do.
It's the only sign other than Sagittarius where I can actually do that. And that's just because I know so many Pisces, mostly men.
Yeah.
Mostly Pisces.
That makes sense. We can look into that too. Yeah, man. Air Jordan, air sign.
Wow.
What a nice.
Wow.
See, we are finding the connections.
We're finding the hidden messages.
I love that Katie's out, but Mike Conley adds that air sign back in. I wonder if that helps the dynamic there. It was the dynamic he's going for. That could be a big thing.
Yeah, give me those Libra vibes.
Zion really does feel like a water sign. That checks out.
Yeah, he's chill. Oh, Cancer. Yeah, he's a Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Cancers can get in touch with their emotional side too, but I noticed that the Cancers I know are pretty calm. They are very go with the flow. They're like water.
Yeah, Dame might be the exception to that, and that's interesting. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have this up. There's no doubt in my mind that this spreadsheet's this will be in front of me while I watch the All-Star game. Just like, oh,
it probably will. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if anybody's looking for some other activity to do during the All-Star game, maybe you do a deeper analysis of zodiac signs with us. That would be nice.
Yeah, we'd love your insight. This was probably the start of a very long day of Googling.
Yeah, I know. We're going down the rabbit hole.
But it's fun. I'm interested. I'm in on it. And
Well,
we are. It might be good energy for that rare pack tomorrow because we've already both secured a Seeing Stars, and so I am aligning with the stars so that I get a rare pack, and that it becomes part of my destiny.
I've been thinking about the rare pack. I dreamt about it last night. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't dream about it, but I have been thinking about it.
That's probably a good sign that you're gonna get one.
Oh man, I hope so. You know what? Not I hope. I will get one.
We will get one. Yeah. You've had good pack luck.
I think.
Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx that.
Nah, I don't need to knock on wood. I'm good. I'll get one. But I was thinking about it more, and I think I might not open it.
Oh, because you get a rising star, a seeing star, and some base mana.
I think I might not open it.
Wow.
Yeah.
$200 just sitting in there.
Just sitting in there.
Yeah, I think I'll open it. I think there will be a pack soon that I don't open, but I think a rare pack. I think I want that in my account.
I know it's the way I think of it is it's easier to sit on common packs because it's $9, it's $14. Who cares, right? I can sit on this forever if I wanted to, but man.
You'll at least get your money back.
The fact of having an unopened rare pack, pretty interesting to me. However, we all know how this went last time. I panic opened my pack, ended up not even selling anything in it when I could have just held it and ended up buying the card I wanted anyway. So
that rare pack would have been a lot of good cards for someone to get.
I know.
That was a good one.
It is, yeah. Oh my gosh.
So if you feel that it's going to be a good one, you get good packs though. That's why, if you get that rare pack, I don't know.
I know. What if there's a LaMelo? What if I think
you flip a coin and you let fate decide if you open that pack.
Maybe we flip a coin on our next live if we get one.
Yeah, we get a pack.
And determine whether or not we open it on air. We might be joining another stream during
that was the thought. Yeah, especially if we get a pack, we'll be on there. But we may be joining our guys over at TopShot Takes. There's a chance we're on their stream tomorrow. I know they're trying to get people in, especially if you get a pack. If you get a pack, definitely watch them anyway. They're great. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. They're on all the time. Mike does a morning show literally every morning. I wake up to the sound of NBA TopShot from the other room. But it means actually this is true all the time. Mike always makes the coffee in the morning, but it means the coffee's ready for me when I finally get up. And all the takes have been put out on the internet from the games before. But Mike breaks down the NBA and how it affected the marketplace. And you look at the games from that night, and he's very good at answering questions. So if you have a lot of Top Shot questions, that's a great place to go for some info, especially if it's NBA related, if it's more about players and moments in games and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, they're going to be streaming tomorrow during that rare pack drop. So I think they're going to have a bunch of people come through, especially if you get a pack. They want to open packs. But if you don't plan on opening the pack, just let them know.
Yeah, give them a heads up.
They are also team hold, so they would respect the hold decision. Yeah. But yeah, give them that heads up so that they know they're talking through that strategy. Yeah. And not seeing a pack open. I wonder what the music will be. Oh, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. We might be joining them over there on their stream tomorrow for the rare pack line and purchasing. So stay tuned for that. But otherwise, you guys, we'll see you very soon. Thank you so much for joining us today on this beautiful Saturday. We hope that if you're still waiting in line to get a pack, that you actually do get your hands on one of these packs and that you're able to participate in the joy that we feel daily.
And let us know if you open it, show us what you got, tweet at us at Watch Me Work Pod. Yeah. We'd love to see. We want to know what people ended up with.
Yeah.
For
Because
sure.
it'll say a lot about you.
Yeah, and then tweet us your zodiac sign,
Yeah.
your number in line. We'll see if there's any connections there. You know, all the data we have can really help us narrow in on what the zodiacs mean for TopShot. TopShot, if you have that information, I think you have our birthdays. If you can give me a breakdown of, you know, users by their sign and go through who
They have our social security numbers and our birthdays.
Yeah, maybe evaluate.market can add a feature of zodiac sign by earnings on the site. We'll see if there's any patterns.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, tweet us your zodiac sign and your favorite card from your rare pack.
Because we are here to teach you about TopShot, but we're also here to teach you about yourself.
Yeah, and we are looking at NBA, WNBA, TopShot from all of the angles, some that maybe don't even need to be explored, but we will take a look, guys. So zodiacs it is for now, given that we're all seeing stars this weekend. So,
and that is a good way to end it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the marketplace. Catch the All-Star game tomorrow. Hopefully see you on some lives. Until next time.
Talk to you soon.